Hello everybody, my name is Aceface. Today we're going to be running another L4 mission in the Paladin Marauder. A sweet EOM skin. Today we're going to be doing the Rogue Slave Trader mission and the part 1 out of it. So let's go. It should be a pretty simple mission actually. I think it's that one where you had to just kill the slave pen. So I think we'll do this pretty quickly actually, because the Marauder can just use this MJD, Microwarpdrive, and just jump to the slave pen and just loot the slaves. So let's see how it goes. Okay, we're going to go to app view. This app view system is a pretty dangerous system because there are quite a few people who gank here. And I can see there's a golem actually on the D scan, so he's pretty brave. I noticed that there are just so many people ganking Marauders. So I am actually surprised that a lot of people are doing Marauders in missions like this golem over here. Like, I'm doing it because I want to show you guys, and also that I'm doing it at a time which is very unpopular for gankers to gank. Otherwise, I do not plan on continue doing this a lot, because it definitely does not seem to be worth it. At least for what you get from L4 missions. If L4 missions give you a lot more ISK, then I can definitely see it being worth it. And that's something actually in general that I wish that there was a type of L5. Like, you know, there's L5 missions in low sec, but I wish there was an L5 mission in the high sec systems. The only thing is that obviously it'll be quite OP, because L5 missions gives you, like, I think it's almost like 10 times the amount of payout as L4 missions. So what I kind of wish there was is that there was L5 missions in high sec, but the difference is that the L5 missions, they give maybe twice the amount as L4 missions, not 10 times like the current ones. I really think that would be cool, because the Marauders feel so overkill for the L4 missions. Like, they have so much tank. If we go in my fate right here, you can see we've got 4 heat sinks and a Tech 2 collision accelerator, or Tech 2 damage rig. So basically we just only 3 tank modules right here, and we have got more than enough tank right now. We can just tank like crazy. So it definitely feels like Marauders should be made to go for the L5 missions, but it's just that L5 missions are so dangerous. Not that they're hard themselves, but just that there are people who can just gank you. And that's why people who run L5 missions, I know a lot. I've seen a lot of people on YouTube that just use really quick and like kind of blitzy kind of ships. So they'll use like a really fast traveling, really fast traveling Barghest. They'll just go and kite at really long range and just kill him. It's not like the Paladin, which is supposed to get like up close and personal and just like tank everything like a boss. It feels like the Marauders are made to do the L5 missions, but it's just that they're not really that good, because oh wait, we were actually gone further away from the slave pen. Let's use our MWD to get closer. So like, the thing is with the Bastion module, how it keeps you in place, it just really doesn't feel optimal, because you're going to just have to be in place, and it's so easy to just get absolutely annihilated if people are going to try to, you know, gank you or attack you while you're running the mission. It doesn't at all seem to be worth it when you're using a 1.5 billion ship, when you can just use like a Barghest that costs about the same. Barghest is actually pretty expensive, but the difference is that the Barghest, on the other hand, it's very fast and nimble and a lot slippery, a lot harder to get ganked, while they got the Paladin who's just going to be here in place. It's just going to be, okay, I'm not doing any damage now, but yeah, they got the Paladin who's just really just going to be sitting there, sitting duck, waiting for these guys to wreck him. Okay, let's go for these Centus Dark Lord. Use our conflagration on this guy and just wreck his face. Yeah, get wrecked right there. Get wrecked, Centus Dark Lord. And I really would like to do these L5 missions in the Marauder, because it just feels natural path. You got like the standard Tech 1 battleships for the, you know, the L4 missions, and then you got the Marauder for L5 missions. I think that would be really good, but it's just that, you know, it's not optimal. In low sec, just one gank is going to put you back quite a few hours of farming. It's not really going to be worth it, and it's going to be so easy for you to get ganked if you are in one of these, because you're just a sitting duck. I can just use my Bastion module right here. I'm just going to be sitting here for a whole minute. So even if I see someone on D-scan, well, I'm going to have to wait a whole minute until I can actually, you know, do something about it. It's not the nicest kind of thing. Okay, let's go to the slave pen right here. We still got MWD on. Let's blast it to pieces. Blast it to pieces. Blast it with lasers. Yeah, there's no need for me to activate my MWD right there. Actually, I think what I can do is I can actually grapple it in with my tractor beam, so that's pretty cool. Okay, I can just grab it. Yep, I can grab it. That's really cool, because I'm so used to grabbing wrecks, but actually I forget that you actually can use the tractor beams just to pull stuff in, just containers in. We can actually pull this Dark Lord wreck in. Probably there's going to be something good there as well, because the Dark Lord, or the battleship wrecks in general, they usually tend to have pretty good stuff in them, or they tend to have like pretty good, you know, meta drops. Like I've noticed that they tend to drop these more expensive modules, like these guns that can be worth maybe 1 or 2 mil. So it definitely seems to be worth it. Okay, so 700k. Okay, we can also salvage this, maybe salvage the wreck. And this is actually something I noticed that is quite different when you're running L4 missions in a Marauder. It's very different, the style of running, to normal missions. You're doing like these so-called full clear kind of style of mission running, and I never really understood, what do you mean by full clear? What is meant by full clear? But and it's like it means that you like salvage and you loot everything, but I never really understood, okay, why would anyone do that when you can just blitz the missions? The reason the Marauders are so good at it is because of their lots of free high slots. They've got, you know, all these high slots that can be used for small tractor beams. You can't put the pulse lasers in because you can only got 4 turret hide points, but they're going to do so much damage, so that's why the Marauders still do a lot of damage. So you can put all these tractor beams and salvages, so you can actually pull in everything as well as using an MTU. Like there, I didn't need to use an MTU because there was no point. But what you can do here is actually just use your MTU and these tractor beams, pull in everything, all the good wrecks, so pull in all the battleship wrecks, salvage them and loot them, and then you're going to get a lot of ISK actually from there. Yesterday actually, I was running missions, and I actually got like, maybe in an hour or half an hour, I can't remember, something like that, 40 minutes maybe, of mission running, I got like 20 to 30 mil worth of modules just from and salvage just from the missions. So, and that's not even counting the loyalty points, bounties and payouts I get. So it seems to be pretty profitable to do that. I think it's about as profitable as blitzing, maybe a bit more in some cases, maybe a bit worse in some cases, like depending on which mission you get. But it seems to definitely be an interesting kind of activity, because usually I would not like salvage a wreck like that or loot it, you know, if it's a different kind of style, at least when you're going or doing missions in Marauders. So let's go here and hand in our slaves. We got a bit of a bounty payout right there. Cool. I think I got like a 70 mil bounty tick at one point, but that's nothing compared to what you get in nullsec. Nullsec is just so much better. You get so much better. Okay, we've got a lot of crap in here actually that I do not need, so we're gonna just grab everything and hand it in. Actually, let's hand in the mission first. And go the complete mission. Alright, let's do the second part of the Rogue Slave Trader mission. So it was basically involving us killing some Sancha people and rescuing the slaves. So now it's the second part, which is called actually downing the slavers. So we're gonna put an end to the Sancha's slaving habits or slaving problems for good. So we're gonna use the Marauder, obviously, again, to just annihilate these scrubs. Can't go around, you know, slaving people. You know, you wanna, those Sancha guys, they have to think twice before messing with the Marauder actually, and that's what we're gonna send directly to them. It's gonna be obviously really overkill. The Marauder is just, I really hope that in this mission actually we'll be able to demonstrate more of what the Marauder is capable of. Oh, there's another Marauder actually. Oh, Kronos. Hey Kronos, how are you? Because the last mission, you know, it was not so much demonstration. I was talking, you know, a lot about how it was really good to do the full clear with the Marauder, how I can just track it and everything, but we didn't get to really demonstrate that much because, you know, there were so few enemies in that the first part of the Rogue Slave Trader mission. Slave Trader. But the downing the slavers part, I think there's going to be a bit more people here at least, so we'll do good. And I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but the reason it's really good to run the Marauder, the Paladin Marauder, in the system of Apanake is because this is an Amar system, and in Amar systems you'll tend to get more missions that involve Blood Raiders, or at least because in the region of Genesis, because we're in the region of Genesis right here. Genesis, if you look on the website of Dotland, you'll see that the local pirates are Blood Raiders. I think in Domain, it's the Domain region, which is another Amar region. There's a lot more Sancha's people. In this case, this mission is just always going to be Sancha, because the Sancha's nation, like those guys, they're known for making these kind of cybernetic slaves. They've got these like kind of weird cybernetic kind of viruses that they can kind of implant into people somehow, and it makes them kind of slaves. So that's why we're there. That's why this mission is specifically for Sanchez. But I know you can get other kinds of missions that the pirates you are against depends on what kind of local pirates they are. So that's why it's really good to use the Paladin in these kind of missions. So that's why also I'm a bit sad as well. You know, I was talking about how, you know, there's a lot of gankers and it doesn't seem to be that profitable to use the Paladin in the long run. It's a bit sad because there's no other good SOE or Sisters of Eve mission hubs that actually are in a Mars space. The other one is, you know, Langisi, and Langisi is, you know, it's not that good. Langisi has these angel pirates, the local pirates, and because of that, it's obviously not going to at all be as good because we're not doing kinetic and we're not doing kinetic and explosive damage, which the angel cartel pirates are good against. We're going to be doing the, you know, those. We're going to be doing thermal and EM, and that's exactly what we want to do against Sanchez and Blood Raiders. But when it comes to the angel rats, it's not going to be so good. So that's why I think the Rattlesnake is just an amazing ship for L4 missions, because the Rattlesnake can do almost all the good damage types. Like if you want to do the Blood Raiders and the Sanchez, they have a thermal and EM hull. The angels have a kinetic and explosive hull. Guess what? The Rattlesnake has a bonus to both thermal and kinetic, so you always can touch those holes in somewhere. Actually, I forgot to activate the track computer. Important to activate the track computer. So the Rattlesnake just feels so versatile. It's so good at just destroying the pirates, and I kind of regret now buying the Marauder. But the thing is, even though I've made a mistake, you kind of learn. You always learn. So even though I wasted 1.9 bill on the skin, I've wasted 1.5 bill on the ship. I mean, it's still learned stuff, and I've still got Marauder here in case I ever need to use it. But I don't think it's at all going to be like a long-term thing, which I use a lot, because just the ganking is just. I don't want to deal with them. I deal with them with the T5s because, you know, T5s are always worth it. You get so much ISK from them. But L4s is just a relaxing activity for me. It's not meant to worry about people ganking you, and that's the last thing I want to have in L4 missions, because I just want to do it just to relax. You know, after a hard day of work, I want to just go here and do a few L4 missions, you know. And I can imagine that's what a lot of other people do. That's why people do L4 missions, because they're quite relaxing. You know, it'll be a lot more profitable to do abyss sites or even go to nullsec and just do anomalies. It'll be much more worth your time. On the other hand, you got, you know, the L4 missions. Pay a lot less than the nullsec anomalies, but they are really good in terms of just relaxing. You can just warp out whenever you want. You usually are don't have to worry about people getting like in local. But if you're in a Marauder, people like to gank you because just, yes, I love to see that 1.5 bill kill mail on my report. So that's something you have to really just watch out for. It's sad, but that's just the name of the game. That's how EVE Online is. EVE Online is a harsh game, and you learn harsh mistakes, but it's not a complete loss. Like, now I know that in the future I'm going to think about, okay, if I'm going to buy an expensive ship, let's actually look a bit more in depth of what kind of things can kill me, if it's actually worth it. Because I just thought when I was getting into this Marauder, I just think, oh, it's just like a new mission ship. It's nothing special about it, right? It's just a new mission ship, nothing, just do the same thing as I've always done before. But it's a completely different ball game when you're using a ship that's worth 3 times the amount of the previous ships you used. It's really, I didn't expect this. So really, I'll probably have to ask around as well. You know, I noticed that the EVE Online subreddit, many people there are very harsh, but actually there are a lot of nice people there as well. So, you know, I'd strongly recommend, you know, ask for help there, because I actually asked them for help about this when it comes to, you know, if ganking Marauders is a common thing, and that's where I got all my info on. Actually, there was a lot of helpful people there actually. So definitely, there are a lot of harsh people there, so I can imagine it getting very off-putting for new players. But there are a lot of experienced people there who can help you quite a bit actually. Okay, let's do the full clear style. So we actually killed some battleships there, which I forgot to track it in, but we'll do this here. Actually, I'll deploy my MTU as well, so that I actually get the stuff in a bit quicker. Just bookmark. It's always important to bookmark the MTU, and have my drones go crazy on the small stuff because they can actually track them decently. Okay, I've got any large wrecks? No more large wrecks. Only that one large wreck. Okay. Pull this in. We can actually start salvaging this as well. I have my. Okay, there was nothing interesting in there. Or maybe it went into my MTU actually. Oh, mission complete. Okay. I guess mission is complete already. Without, I thought it said that I had to destroy all the enemies in the vicinity. Okay, we got 500 MM. That's what I mean. Yeah, like decent, you know, loot from these ships over here. We got 700k just from that one battleship. So imagine if we had lots of battleships, it's gonna be even more. Let's just kill the rest of these guys, these fools. Here, these fools. Let's pull in this medium right here. Maybe it'll have something good in it. This one here. We can actually pull this one as well. Okay, it's really nice with the Marauder. You can just pull stuff in really easily because of just how the tractor beams, they're bonused quite a bit from the Marauder bonuses. Let's deactivate our Bastion module because we do not need to have it active anymore. Okay, we got this. Boom, boom. It actually pulls in stuff faster than the standard MTU. Actually, it's 1.2k. I think this normal MTU pulls in at 1k a second. Okay, do we have anything that's not looted? Okay, everything is in the mobile truck again, I think. Okay, so 200k, so we got something. Not so much, but there's a little bit, so it's alright. Let's recall our drones, actually, because we do not need these anymore. My drone's actually shooting the wreck. I shouldn't have done that. Okay, let's recall our MTU and remove the bookmark and go back and complete the mission. So we've finished the Rogue Slave Trader mission. Let's activate our MWD just so we can, like, get a bit of a speed boost up. Okay, come on. Please jump. It'll take a bit less time to jump because I think we're being... Actually, no, we're not being webbed. I thought we were being webbed by the towers, but we aren't actually, so that's alright. So, mission complete. We've finished these guys. And you can see here, the Paladin really does not care at all. Just tank stuff like a boss. Absolute boss. I wish, like I said before, I wish there was some kind of L5 missions that were just existed that the Paladin could do. But it doesn't seem at all optimal. It's a bit unfortunate. It feels like the feeling I'm getting is that the Paladins are just too good for what stuff is out there. So it's too good for L4 missions, but not made to be able to do the L5 missions the way they are now, how they're in low sec. But it feels like what a Paladin would okay. You don't want me to go through, yeah. Aura doesn't want me to go through. The Paladins, they feel like or the Marauders in general, it feels like they're made for an L4 mission that is really like hard. So a lot harder than any of the current L4 missions we have. And it's a bit sad that they don't exist because there doesn't really exist any kind of L4 mission that is harder than they are right now. I have seen people use Marauders actually in these minor conduits. The minor conduits are more deadlier versions of the emerging conduits, but the thing is, they're not at all worth your time, to be honest, because you always have the risk of these. I've noticed that in minor conduits, they have this risk of these big Triglavian fleets just jumping in on you and just nuking you. You can't tank them. Even if with a Marauder, I don't think you'll be able to tank them, because I had like 2k DPS tank as a Rattlesnake, and that was not enough. So I doubt a Marauder can. I think a Marauder can maybe just get a bit more tank than that, but not a lot more, because the Rattlesnake is a damn tanky battleship, actually. And it's just, I don't think it'll be that viable, especially since the Bastion module will hold me in place, so I won't be able to warp out if there's no scrams. These usually are scrams anyway in the minor conduits, but it's just unfortunate that there's nothing that it feels like there's much use for the Marauder. I wish there was, because they feel like so cool ships. Anyway, let's go and talk to this guy here, this girl here. Complete the mission, 4k loyalty points, so that's good. And we still got a bit of a less money for some reason, but I don't know, we should have got some money. Anyway, that's it for the Rogue Slave Traders mission. Hope you guys enjoyed. That's also a bit of more Paladin gameplay. If you did enjoy, please leave a like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys later.